Every time that I'm out there as the Green Arrow, I'm a target of the threats that are out there and the threats that are undoubtedly coming. Star City needs the Green Arrow.
You and I walk between two worlds, being the man people need you to be, or the father that your son needs you to be. But we can only do that for so long.
It's just a dream.
Batman's here.
Where do you think the Batman is?
This city does not bend to terrorism.
There's a million psychos, always trying to kill you.
Arrow, season premiere Thursday, October 12th at 9/8 Central on the CW.
Hey everybody, new Arrow trailer. I'm going to call this the Deathstroke School of Parenting. So let's break this down. And there will be new giveaway stuff at the end of the video. But if you're finding me for the first time, be sure to subscribe. Make sure you click that bell so you don't miss any of the videos that are coming up, because this is premiering in a couple weeks. It'll be on Thursday night, just like they say in the trailer. So if you didn't know, Arrow is now a Thursday night show at 9 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. But the whole thing about this trailer is the message that Deathstroke is giving Oliver is that we live in two worlds. You can only walk in both for so long. And the idea is that now he has William with him. So we'll talk about who I think is dead in a second. I think that pretty much tells you one of the big people that died on the island if William is spending so much time with Oliver in present day. But now Oliver has to be the father, but he says Star City needs the Green Arrow. So Deathstroke is just telling him that you can't do the fun nighttime stuff and be the awesome dad at the same time. And obviously we know that things didn't go so well for Deathstroke because he was stuck on the island for a while. He didn't even know if his family was alive. Oliver had to talk him into it when he was going into the Mirakuru madness. Remember your son Joseph. Remember who you are.
There's something I have to tell you about Shadow. It's something you deserve to know. She loves you, Slade. Maybe not the way that you wanted her to, but she loved you. And she wanted you to make it home. She wanted you to see Joe again. Do you want to hug your son?
So they say that one of the big themes of Arrow Season 6 is family, and Oliver's going to have to find a way to be the Green Arrow and be the dad to William at the same time. So I think that's sort of his arc across the season, is like, how do you do both of those things at the same time without being really shitty at one of them? So I do kind of wonder how many episodes William's going to be in, but it looks like we have Raisa the maid from season 1 who's back. I think she was only in the pilot actually, but she's back and she'll probably help take care of William while Oliver's off doing the nighttime stuff or being mayor during the day. But I think that's a bit of a hat tip to that being Samantha, being one of the people that died on the island. You see her run off at the end of last season thinking that William's somewhere. I need to find him. Felicity chases after her. So he looks like he's been crying his eyes out here in this scene. So clearly he lost somebody that he loves a lot. So of all the people that I think that are outright dead, I think that's just a hat tip for Samantha. I think something could happen to Thea too, but the whole idea with her is that Merlin sacrificed himself and he's supposed to be dead, and it will inform her arc in season 6. Like, oh my god, the guy that I hated, that I thought was a villain, killed himself so that I could live. How do I deal with that? What kind of awful twist would that be if he did that and then 5 minutes later she winds up dying herself too in an explosion? So I think Thea is going to be fine regardless of how many episodes she's going to be in. But they do make it seem like in the interim time between this explosion and them making it back to Star City, that they've been recuperating, they've been dealing with the grief of the things that they've lost and everything that's happened. Like, it was just such an intense encounter for them that they have to deal with it for a couple months. But like Oliver says in this trailer, look, the city needs the Green Arrow. I need to put the hood back on again. And then he starts running into the Bratva. You get into all this Black Siren stuff. So let me know in the comments, who do you think died on the island, and do you think that it was more than one person? Because I feel like they could just kill Samantha, and that would feel really hardcore, like, oh my god, now William's going to be living with Oliver full time. How's he going to deal with that? What kind of dad is he going to be? Is he going to be like Deathstroke, be a shitty dad, and have his son wind up being some terrible killer when he grows up? which a lot of you have already started to guess that maybe Vigilante is actually Joseph Wilson, Slade's son. And that's sort of the message of season 6. It's like, you're a shitty dad, your kid is going to wind up making all the same mistakes that you made. So no confirmation on who Vigilante is, but it seems like it just plays into the idea of Slade being a really crappy dad and that serving as an example to Oliver of what not to do. Like, okay, I'm not going to pay attention to the Deathstroke school of parenting. Like, everything that he's telling him in this trailer is like, look, kid, do not be like I was. But also, like, the couple of the villains that you see pop up in here, I think, one, are part of who's going to become Richard Dragon's crew, like Black Siren here. Then you also have the Bratva, you have Anatoly, who's going to come back and be an antagonist. But if you're wondering why the Arrow Cave is exploding here, that's just Black Siren from later in the trailer taking a hit out. She's probably trying to steal something from them or take them down. So whatever it is she's after it in the first couple of episodes. I don't know if all this footage is from the first episode. It's probably from the first 2, maybe 3 episodes. But if you haven't been watching Stephen Amell on social the last couple of days, he's been posting pictures from the 4-night crossover. They've been filming that while they're also filming the regular episodes of the TV shows. So he's been shooting Arrow episode 7 while he's been shooting crossover episodes, and they just bounce back and forth between the sets.
This crossover's day 8. It's late, but it's also early. Yeah. Ready anytime.
They tend to shoot things out of order and it still be super spoilery, so I think he's actually wearing his new costume in this picture here. But they shoot all kinds of different scenes, so remember, they're playing different roles, so you'll see him wearing his Green Arrow costume when he posts pics from behind the scenes, and you'll also probably see him all covered up, like trying to hide what he's wearing, just because they're not ready to show everything off yet. And because this year, everybody is sort of playing a doppelganger of themselves, which is going to be fantastic, the big reveal is what those costumes look like. So treat this comic book cover like concept art. It'll look a little bit different in the light of day, but it'll be really cool. So I think what they'll do is they might release pictures before they actually release the trailer for the crossover. And I don't think we're going to see any footage from that for at least another 4 or 5 weeks, like the end of October, beginning of November, because the crossover itself isn't happening till the end of November. But I've already done a separate video about like all the crossover, the Earth X stuff, so I'll post a link to that at the end of this. And I also have a new Flash video that'll be coming up in the next day or 2. So there is a new round of the Flash Ring giveaway. All you have to do to enter is just be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video. Congratulations to the winner from my last video, Arctic Mule. Please private message me so I can get your contact details. I'll just name a new winner when I post that new Flash video. So a whole bunch of stuff coming up. While you wait for it, you can click here for brand new Flash crossover, and you can click here for brand new Rick and Morty. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.